Stephen Yeun addresses the awesome arrival of Negan on The Walking Dead, so we're all looking forward to the appearance of the real Negan when Jeffrey Dean Morgan makes his debut as a charismatic Walking Dead villain in the Season 6 final. But if there is one person who had every right to dread his arrival, it's Stephen Yeun, who plays Glenn. That's because Negan makes his grand entrance in issue 100 of the Walking Dead comics, and that grand entrance includes bashing in Glenn's face with his barbed wire covered baseball bat, affectionately it refers to as the Sue the Killing fan favourite in the horror faction. Yeun is well aware of Glenn's fate in the comic books, so what was it like for the actor to know that Negan was finally arriving on the show, thereby putting his own job on the highest rated show on television, Jeopardy? His answer may surprise you. For me, his arrival is awesome, says Stephen. We've been waiting for this person for a long time, and in the comic books, he's in a way brings to a level of stakes that are kind of unmatched. And so for me, for Negan to come into the show is to say nothing less. It's fucking awesome. Of course, we all know showrunner Scott M. Gimple had a habit of changing things up in the TV adaptation. For instance, while Tyrese was beheaded by the governor at the prison in the comics, in the TV version it was Herschel who ended up on the wrong side of the blade. So the deal is far from sealed when it comes to Glenn's fate. I know people are going to always go Negan kills Glenn in the comics, but rest assured that we don't necessarily do what's in the comics, says Yeun. There are clearly divided in the way we tell a story on television and the way that story is told in the comics, because it has to be, and everybody will have to see what happens, but we definitely tell a story in the way the television should be told. Yeun and I have discussed Glenn's fate many times, often. Well, this is what Charlie Edwards' Skybound Image comic said. Yeun and I have discussed Glenn's fate many times, often over the years, and I have argued to him that while fans have a certain expectation for one of the biggest moments ever from the comic, if not the biggest, to make it to the screen, having that moment defy expectations by changing the reception of the dead below could make it even more powerful. That's the beauty of adaptation, responds Yeun. There is something to be said about something being predictable. I'm sure that there are iconic moments, but at the same time we want to keep the show as fresh as and alive as possible, and we're going to tell that story that exists for the world we've created, so the new world, and it is inspired by the world Robert Kirkman has created. It's also its own entity to some degree, so yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Well, of course, Yeun won't tell us if Glenn lives or dies. He does confirm that Andrew Lincoln and Lauren Cohen told us that the season final promises to be deep and dark and devastating. I mean, we go for it, says Yeun. The thing that I could be most proud of about on this show is that after the year we just continue to go for it. Whether we fail or wherever we succeed, we just go for it, and things are tough, the conditions are tough. I would love for someone to come out and check out what a day of filming can be like. I could show you pictures that I took where you can see my entire leg all up the side completely covered in disgusting bruises. And that's not just me, that's everyone. Everyone has something happen every year. Yet, bro, what happens story-wise with all the things that we try to tell near the end, but it's also what we've always been going for. We'll see if Yeun can continue into it for season 3. We'll see if he can make it back into season 7. So that's the end of this video, guys, and hope you all enjoyed. Goodbye.